Here's a Beyond the Pitch podcast quick hit from the WVSA Digital Network.
You can be a very important person in somebody's life. You may not necessarily know that you're that important to them, but you very much can be. So moving through this world from a place of empathy and understanding and compassion can be the greatest gift that you give somebody else. You may have absolutely no idea that they are struggling. It would never be your responsibility if they disclose something to you and then later they end up attempting or completing. It's never your responsibility that that happened. That said, you can also be so influential just by offering that kind gesture, by being a soft place to land, by being the one support when they feel like they don't have anywhere else, or that nobody cares, or any of those kinds of things. And I think a second point that I think is really important to make: suicide doesn't discriminate by race or socioeconomic status or athletic ability or anything else. I don't care what level you're in, we have to pay attention. Think about how many coaches that we have for an entire athletics department and how many athletic trainers we have for that same athletics department. And then think about how many mental health professionals we have dedicated to that. We are not allocating the resources that we need to be for the second leading cause of death in the US. We've got no problem sending people to doctors because they have asthma or because they have high blood pressure or anything else, but we're not taking the same stance when it comes to mental health. And we're asking, especially in youth and college athletes, they don't have fully developed brains. And we're asking them to solve major complex problems that, all due respect to every generation before us that has rubbed dirt on it and done things the hard way, it was different. It doesn't mean that our athletes now are weak or that they're mentally unstable or that they can't handle this. We specialized them when they were 8, 9, and 10 years old. We told them that the only way that they were going to get to college is if they paid for it themselves. We put all this pressure on them to carry the pride of their school or their town or wherever else. We put them in homes with greater divorce rates and more abuse and all of these things, all with underdeveloped brains, because brains don't develop until we're 25 years old. And we said, go figure it out, because everybody else is figuring it out. You better figure this out on your own. And then we wonder why we have a problem. Maybe if we actually started talking about it and we started admitting that not everybody is fine and that we all struggle with things, maybe we could start to curb this a little bit. It's been rising since 2005. It's not been declining. And it's not just been the pandemic. If we can't change something systemically, then nothing will change. We will continue to see this. This may turn into the number one cause of death among adolescents and young adults. And we don't want to see that happen. It is preventable. It is absolutely preventable, even though it may not always feel that way. And we need to do more. And if you're passionate about this and want to get involved, talk to your administrators. If you're a coach, talk to your coaches. If you're a parent, or talk to the school board, or get the conversation started. There are people out there who will listen and who will try to rally the resources to stand behind this, but somebody's got to make that movement happen. Otherwise, we're going to continue doing the same thing and then wondering why
we're getting the same results.
Yep.